It's interesting because the past more than 3 decades of neoliberal policies and kind of corporate dominated free trade agreements really led to a major shift in kind of the political landscape in the US around these issues, that the deindustrialization or the offshoring of millions or thousands and thousands of US jobs, particularly in the manufacturing sector that was a more highly unionized sector, created a lot of political backlash against the corporate dominated free trade agreement model. And populist politicians, both from the left and the right, were raising concerns around that model. And Donald Trump, in particular, and before the 2016 election, really brought a lot of concern about that model, but from a xenophobic perspective, and really talking to people who had lost their jobs, saying, your jobs are being stolen by people south of the border in China, and instead of pointing to the corporate actors that were really responsible for a global race to the bottom, both in working conditions in the United States and elsewhere, and so that scapegoating really resonated, and I think that there was a move. You could look at the trade policy as being protectionist, or you could also look at it as a move away from kind of the neoliberal policies of the past. And so there's actually an interesting right-left kind of dynamic that sometimes the goals of what progressives have been calling for in policy have been utilized by the right wing as well to talk more about nationalism, but that some of the responses have been a shift in the corporate dominated model that has moved some of our progressive policies forward. So, from a civil society perspective, we are having to analyze very carefully which are the policies that are moving forward our agenda of having a people and worker and planet-centered policies versus a nationalist policy that is putting America first, as opposed to a model that's about uplifting workers in the US but also around the world.